to her quest to make it 24 Grand Slam titles. The interesting comment for Serena when she pulled out of that eagerly awaited match against Maria Sharapova, she said, "I promised myself if I wasn't 50% fit, I wouldn't play." Make of that what you will. 51%, she maybe felt she could take on Maria Sharapova. The belief, the reservoir of confidence is still there in abundance. Is the fitness to have a really good tilt at an 8th Wimbledon. The way she's been playing, it could end up being a mother and father of a tournament.
First set.
Williams,
Serena Williams
to begin.
Ready? Play.
Code violation for Serena straight away. Went over the 1 minute. Once the umpire calls time, you have 1 minute to play.
$15. 15-all. $15-13. Fault.
Call from the umpire, not the line judge.
Out.
Terrific start from MLADENOVIC, this.
Terrific returns, hitting it so early. Short take back, robbing Serena of time immediately.
It's always fascinating when you watch Serena start a match, whether she goes full tilt or goes at 50%. She's varied it so much.
That's very true. Sometimes she just chooses to spin that first serve into play. That last one, 98 miles an hour. But what's noticeable is how close to that baseline MLADENOVIC is right now.
Point save.
Makes it up to 114 out wide.
Deuce.
Not many can hit that with that much power out wide. Those are some
Advantage, Mrs. Williams.
rare opportunities that you're going to get from Serena Williams. 15-40. MLADENOVIC had a forehand on her racket, needed to get that back in play, and that backhand needs to go back in play as well. Against the top players, those opportunities, you must seize them.
To Serena Williams, holds from 15-40.
First game.
Shame. How important, Tracy, is it that Serena has won her 2 matches here very quickly so far?
I think that was important. The draw has been fortunate here. Neither of those players ranked inside the top 100, and most important is she's not playing doubles as well, so she's not taxing her body a second time that day. Patrick was very clear about that. Did not want Serena to play doubles.
Incidentally, they both won their
It's
second
Kristina
rounds in
MLADENOVIC.
66 minutes. Is that a good omen for England tomorrow? Nice.
Excellent defensive forehand there from Mladenovic in that last rally. Pushed quite deep into that corner, but managed to get it back cross court with something on it and got herself back into the rally.
We talk about Serena's serve so much. Mladenovic has a very strong serve. She can place it in the different corners nicely. Hoping to have a big serve and sets up her forehand. Start dictating play.
Fabulous return of serve from Serena Williams right on that baseline. And as you said, Tracy, she wants to be going forward on the front foot after that serve to really dictate with the forehand side. What she doesn't want to do is go backwards after she's served.
Solid start from Mladenovic. There's mother with the...
1 game all, first set.
Well, there's Dragan, the father, mother with the white hat. Dominic team. They are a team. He's in the support camp too. To pull out of his match injured.
These second serves, Mladenovic's going to have to start making an impact with those. She needs the fast start. Once Serena Williams gets the momentum, she's tough to stop. Wow, that was a terrific stab forehand from Mladenovic.
30-15.
Yeah, it's a shot we're seeing more and more on the tour generally. I mean, obviously, we've always talked about the slice backhand, but that slice forehand coming into play, you know, across the board on the tour, particularly on grass, obviously.
Out. 40-15.
So the first set stays on serve.
Game, Mrs. Williams. Mrs. Williams leads 2-1 first set.
It's so often said when Serena Williams is in the draw, Serena Williams wins the tournament. I mean, she's played 215 tournaments, and she really came on tour the first time in 1997. She's made 92 finals and won 72 of those, including 23 Grand Slams.
Wow.
You can see why people make that point. But is it as relevant now, bearing in mind what she's trying to achieve on this comeback?
Well, I think it's going to be a little more difficult for her now. This is only the 4th tournament that Serena's played since she won the Australian Open and told us afterwards that she was pregnant with daughter Olympia. She has said herself that this is the biggest challenge for her in tennis, is to come back after delivering Olympia. But I think, you know, she's also being kind to herself, realizing that she needs to get fitter. It wasn't an easy delivery.
Ladies and gentlemen,
But
please find
at the
your
same
seats.
time, she expects a lot from herself. She's a perfectionist. She is here to try to win this title.
Well, I suppose indirectly, Olympia's won a Grand Slam already.
She has. Against her aunt,
Yes.
Venus.
There's a super buzz around the court.
Yeah, you can feel it. There's a real energy around centre court at the moment. I mean, it's a kind of electricity, isn't it? And what I love about Wimbledon is literally, as they're about to play, you could hear a pin drop. You don't always get that at every other slam, but at Wimbledon it's got this kind of aura. It's like a cathedral, I call it, out here on centre court.
MLADENOVIC 1-2 first set.
love. Love.
Nice controlled power from MLADENOVIC. MLADENOVIC knows that she has a lot of pressure to hold her own serve because it's going to be difficult to break Serena's serve always, but particularly on grass.
Game, Miss MLADENOVIC.
They dropped 1 point on 2 service games.
2 games all, first set.
MLADENOVIC was asked in press about the one time that they've played, and that was the 3rd round at the French a couple of years ago, and she said, if I remember right, she was pretty spot on. I lost the first set 6-4 with just 1 break of serve, and then the tiebreaker was a thriller. It was 10-8, so it was a very close match.
Love 15. Love 13.
She's really starting to read this Serena Williams serve, isn't she? She's got great preparation, MLADENOVIC, very eager, and again, up on that baseline.
Brilliant.
Excellent point from MLADENOVIC. There's almost a subtle irritation from Serena that MLADENOVIC had pummeled her second serve the previous point. She upped it to 117, and MLADENOVIC up to the task.
3 more break points.
Oh! 15-14.
It's in. It's the first break. It goes to MLADENOVIC.
Miss MLADENOVIC leads 3-2 first set.
Well, this is a terrific start from MLADENOVIC, and she needed to sort of rebuild confidence in the last few months, because the end of last year she lost her last 12 matches. She lost her first 3 coming into this year in singles, winning the doubles at the Australian Open. She's a wonderful doubles player, maybe gave her a real lift, but it has been a rebuild job, hasn't it? Because she was number 10 in the world in October last year.
It's just an incredible beginning of 2017 from MLADENOVIC, winning in St. Petersburg, 3 other finals, a couple semis. Just really started to build so solid week in and week out. And lost early at Wimbledon, and she said she hurt her knee a bit. That's what she credits the slump to. And starting in the second round of Washington, D.C., which is about early August, she did not win another match until February of this year. That is a long time. That is a real confidence hit for a top player.
Ladies and gentlemen, please find your seats. Sign.
She looks calm. She looks relaxed here.
She really does, and I think you only have to look at the way she's strutting around the court. She's walking tall, she's got quite a march on, and she's sending out very strong body language messages to Serena that she's here to stand up to her. She's got a very aggressive mindset on, and she's going to take this ball on, and at the moment, as you say, it's a terrific start.
17 minutes, MLADENOVIC 3-2 with the break, first set.
One thing to look for me is the movement of both players. Naturally, Serena is a much better mover. She's quick with the short little steps, but getting to the ball as well, fast. That's been a little problematic for her in her comeback so far. MLADENOVIC, that's probably one of her liabilities. It's the mobility. Serena has been told, and part of the game plan is to hit angles, widen the court against the French woman. This return might have been
15-30.
faster than the serve. Inside the baseline.
Thirty.
7 from 8 first serves already, 3 from 5 second, but the first serve will be key.
Oh. Putting your opponent on grass, so effective.
40-30.
Opponent trying to get the traction.
Game, Miss MLADENOVIC.
12 held from 15-30.
Miss MLADENOVIC leads 4 games to 2.
No clenched
First
fist, no alley. She looks so calm still.
She does, and I would not do something like that against Serena because she will just get more ferocious.
That's a very good point. I remember Agassi saying that. Beware of waking up somebody. Don't get in their face, don't fist pump, because you
15 left.
might just ignite something that wasn't there before.
No gloating.
But the luck always helps.
15-0.
Big deep breaths. It's still so early in the comeback. This is just her 10th match this year, and since Australian Open last.
Really good message to send to Serena. You can't just let the ball hang in the middle of the court off either wing. I will go for it. Take that first big hit.
Was that a hey?
It was.
I haven't heard that before.
Yeah, footwork.
Miss Williams is challenging a call on the left baseline.
Buying a bit of time here.
I'm not sure. I thought that was pretty close. I think it is long, but I think it's worth a challenge, especially at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in. Definitely worth a challenge.
15-30.
Gets a first serve back. Should it be a second serve?
No.
Well, that was very definite.
Play was interrupted.
30.
That's such a good second serve.
40-30.
Really had something on it. Close to the lines, that's the thing, isn't it? It's about making your opponent move when they have to return serve, not hitting it straight into that strike zone.
Game, Mrs. Williams.
Stays in touch, Williams, in this opening
2
set.
balls, please. Miss MLADENOVIC leads 4 games to 3. First set.
Well, so far, so good for MLADENOVIC. And you mentioned that head-to-head, Tracy. It looks like she's really feeding off that right now to get by the fact that she's playing Serena Williams on centre court at Wimbledon.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you would take that only match that they've played and the way that she played so aggressively. She knows that she has to serve well. She has to take some of these returns and really give them a good ride into the corners, keep Serena on the move. When Serena has time to set up, she can become so lethal. And also I'm waiting to see MLADENOVIC maybe throw in some of her backhand slices to try to get Serena out of rhythm. MLADENOVIC has a wonderful backhand drop shot. It's very hard to hit that shot effectively if the ball's coming at you with so much power, but I suspect we'll see that at some point during the match.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think when you think back to one of the most pivotal matches that she lost in her career, it was that match against Vinci, wasn't it? The US Open, where Vinci just messed her around with all those slices and chopping shots and spinny shots and just varying the pace and just giving her no rhythm whatsoever. And it became a nightmare match for her.
So new balls in play. MLADENOVIC still with this break, leads 4-3.
Good footwork from MLADENOVIC to get these forehands and to get enough space so that she can swing her arm freely.
Don't know about you, Tracy, that felt like an extra injection of pace there from Serena Williams. A little bit more venom going into that returner serve. I'm going to try and step things up now, find another gear.
Left, second. Left, second.
Serve, the way that she was able to swing it out off the court with the slice. Slice more effective on this surface than any other.
As if she's still trying to find her range and intensity.
I agree with you. I mean, the preparation is there. One thing I've always noticed with Serena and Venus, actually, if you watch particularly on the backhand side, they just have their racket back waiting. It's always there prepared, but she's just not quite finding the range.
MLADENOVIC is. Or has she hit the ace? Be the first of the match.
Game, Miss MLADENOVIC.
9 aces for Serena Williams. That's not the Serena Williams we really know. One of her Wimbledon triumphs here, she served more aces in the tournament than any man. It's not firing as we know it yet. More position being sought. Is that because of having a baby?
So much of it because, as you said, it's the 10th match back, and also remember that pec injury at the French where she couldn't play that 4th round against Sharapova, had to take a couple of weeks off. But even though Serena has such an incredible motion, bad miss there. It is still a rhythm shot, and she's still on her comeback. The reason why it's the best serve ever is because of the power, because of the placement in the different spots, and usually she's able to come up with the big serves when she needed it most.
Left for serve.
Oh, that is just stunning.
It really is a beautiful action.
30-15.
Well, it's because it's so fluid and everything moves in the right direction. You know, the whole way that the ball toss goes up and then the rocking back and then straight up into it and using her height. Oh. Did you hear you talking about her race?
40-15.
I've done this for you, Chris.
She's asked to serve without question first set.
Miss MLADENOVIC leads 5-4 first set.
Serena Williams by name is intimidating enough, but if that serve really gets firing, it puts so much pressure on the opponent to hold, and finding the aces in that game could be a tricky one coming up now for MLADENOVIC.
Absolutely, you feel the pressure because you know that Serena can start holding her serve so easily, and then you feel the need to hold yours. I felt that way when I was playing Martina Navratilova. I didn't have a big serve, but I knew I pretty much had to hold it. Otherwise, Martina would probably win the set. It was so tough to break her.
Did you both prefer to serve for a match, or set, or break?
I think I would have preferred to break, actually. I used to like to stand up and try and give it a bit of a crack on the return of serve, and I used to enjoy returning serve, but you know, as I said at the start of watching this match, I think with MLADENOVIC I've watched a lot of her matches over the last year or so, and the serve actually stood up really well so far, but it is vulnerable at times, and the ball toss can go astray and she can get very wobbly and start losing rhythm just by, you know, nerves.
Plenty on the hill, no cover there. Very, very hot day. A lot of interest in this match and a huge amount of interest in this next game. MLADENOVIC, 2 very tight sets, the loss to Serena at the French 2 years ago. Serving for the first set here at 5-4 after 32 minutes.
Serena, wow, it has been upped. And you feel that as an opponent. Starting with the return serve. Wow.
Patrick Mouratoglou Been there for so many of the major triumphs for Serena.
Well, he's such a great absorber of her stress, actually, isn't he? He's such a calm individual. He's got a good sense of humour. He just sort of laps up any kind of, yeah, I would say nerves and stress and pressure.
Well, no wonder the deep breath there, but
30-15.
this has been so impressive so far. 2 points away from the opening set.
There's heavy ground strokes from Serena. Incredible depth.
30.
Good serve, but pushes MLADENOVIC on her back foot immediately.
MLADENOVIC hasn't made an unforced error yet. Oh, she stumbled into that. Is that a twisted ankle?
No, I think her right foot slipped as she went to slice that ball.
Oh, ouch. It's a hyperextension, isn't it?
Still walking very gingerly. Tough moment for that to happen. Break point down. Mom's Anita, brother Luca, just to her left.
What'd she give for an ace right now? That was a good serve, but Serena Williams ups the ante.
She really did. The focus, the concentration, just that much more clear. Seemed to move better. More precision on her ground strokes. And a tough time for MLADENOVIC to have that slip and then have to go and try to save a break point.
Love 15.
Well, you don't see her miss those too often. I mean, she set the point up beautifully. Put herself in the right position, saw the opportunity. Just turned the racket face over a little bit too early in the swing.
Corrected it there.
She's always been a quick learner, isn't she?
These ground
15.
strokes, that was not an easy forehand to hit. Didn't have a lot of pace from MLADENOVIC. It was sinking with the slice.
Her sixth double fall to the tournament, first today.
doesn't have many double faults because there's so much safety with her heavy topspin on the second serve.
Good response.
30.
And that slip seems to have put MLADENOVIC off her stride a little.
Mrs. Williams leads 6-5, first set.
It's about the only thing that has gone wrong so far for MLADENOVIC.
It is. I think understandable, though. I think, trying to close out a set against anybody is always a little bit tricky. And I think against Serena Williams, she really battened down the hatches. There was a different look about Serena Williams in that game to break. I mean, she just found another gear, as great champions often do. There was more in that return of serve. There was an intimidation factor of what she was doing out there. And then the slip obviously didn't help either. But it was a nasty one. And I'm sure in her own mind, she was sort of trying to work out, do I need to call the trainer? Is it really a bad injury? What do I need to do? She didn't call the trainer, but it probably just took her a little bit of time to come to terms with what was going on and whether she felt any more pain in there.
A lot was happening in that game, trying to serve out the set, and I know that MLADENOVIC must have felt what was happening on the other side of the court. Serena got louder. She became more intense, kind of like the Barty match at the French Open where Serena was down a set and not playing well, and then all of a sudden just flip of the switch, yelled out a loud scream and started playing well.
So MLADENOVIC trying to force a tiebreak in this opening set. 41 minutes, 5-6. Momentum gathers.
Love 15.
Finding the rhythm on the return. Very clean hits.
Love 30.
Goes down as her first unforced error.
And that ball was coming at her very quickly. I'm not sure I call that unforced.
Yeah. That's just too good. What a turnaround here. Huge swing.
Love 40.
3 set points.
Fifteen 40.
MLADENOVIC using that left hand so well to direct it up the line.
30-40.
I try the forehand here if I'm MLADENOVIC. Backhand of Serena is always so sturdy.
Left first. Deuce.
Love 40 to deuce.
Superb hitting from Serena. MLADENOVIC trying to mix up the rhythm.
Mrs. Williams.
Yeah, it kind of sat there, that slice, didn't it? It didn't really knife through the court. It was kind of floating around, and Serena did well to just control that racket face and really accelerate through that ball.
Set point again.
Toss.
Miss MLADENOVIC is challenging the call.
Well, it's a shame to end the set. It was such a competitive set. There's so much of it if it ends with a double fault. It has. And since that slip and Serena just raising her game. Well, it's 4 games in a row.
By 7 games to 5.
That's got them talking. Well, I think the one thing about Serena is she brings such a big character onto the court. You know, you can feel her presence, you can feel her character out there. And I think for the opposition, it's so difficult to get away from that. It's so difficult to play the ball that doesn't have the name Serena Williams written on that ball when it's coming across. So, you know, when you, as we saw, when you step up to try and close out a set, and how disappointing for her. She couldn't have played a better first set, and she's come away without winning it. So where does she go from there, emotionally and mentally?
The aura of Serena Williams, 23 majors, the aura of Serena Williams being able to elevate her game mid-match, as we've seen throughout her career like nobody else in, I don't think, the history of our sport. How many times have we seen Serena play her way through a major and improve? Because so often in her career, she's 36 now, she's come back from 6 months off, from 4 months off, from a year off, and seems to get back very quickly. And it's the subtle aura that really Serena is able to send across the other side of the court, and the player can hear it, the player can feel it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please find your assigned seats. Thank you. Time. Second set. Mrs. Williams to serve.
Serena Williams to begin set 2.
How does MLADENOVIC put that first set behind her? It's going to be difficult. You just feel like Serena now has the scoreboard in her favor. She can free up even more.
I mean, you think, that's a long time ago, but in 2006, when Serena's left knee flared up again, just played 4 tournaments that year. She arrived at the Australian Open ranked 81 in the world, totally out of shape, unfit. She won the tournament. She played herself fit over 2 weeks. That's what she's trying to do again here. She tried to do it again at the French for different reasons, but a nearly life-threatening reasons the difference. I mean, it's phenomenal what she is trying to achieve.
I remember that so well. She wore a green and yellow dress throughout that tournament. It was just phenomenal to see her work through the tournament, build confidence as she went. That's the curiosity factor with Serena. That's why everybody wants to see this comeback and when it starts to get on a roll.
The serve's getting on a roll.
40-50. Game, Mrs. Williams.
5 games in a row. The next game for MLADENOVIC, huge.
First game, second.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think she needs to really get up on that scoreboard quickly and just get herself mentally back involved in the match very, very quickly, which will also send messages down to Serena. But interesting, Serena often just walks straight past on the change of ends on the one game, doesn't stop. She walks very slowly, doesn't she, between the points? Not
She used
the
to
fastest
walk
walker.
around the other side.
Yeah, she
Of the
did.
net post.
But that's almost intimidating in itself, isn't it? The slow walk in between points. And then, yeah.
It's the lull before the storm.
Yeah, it is.
Like that serve, the body serve. If you can hit it hard enough, so effective, particularly because Serena's on the baseline.
15.
She seems to be moving okay. She hasn't called for the trainer. After that little slip. Well reached. Those double skills.
Absolutely. Didn't do too much with it. Just needed to win the point. Nice placement with the flick of the wrist.
Applauded by Serena.
That's the toss that you're talking about, Annabelle. That was way too far out in front. She chased it and got off balance.
Well, I've seen her do games of double faults before where she really loses confidence in it and it just goes completely, all out of sync. But actually, I haven't seen any of it really today. It's...
Well, this was serenely done.
It's the way she opens up the court, as Tracy said, the backhand is just such a superb shot. It's definitely the better side out of the two wings. And she can really kind of roll with that left hand and open up the angle. Quite often plays off an open stance as well.
MLADENOVIC trying the body serve, and Serena quickly one step to her right.
30-40.
A point for 6 games in a row from 3-5 down. Little tiny slip again. Has she lost confidence in her movement, MLADENOVIC?
That first serve was 110. Phenomenal return deep. And then again, I think that's the little liability that MLADENOVIC has. That's the reason why it's going to be difficult for her to stay in the top 10 like she touched last fall.
Well, she was shaking her head just underneath our commentary box there, and sort of the whole body language has just dropped, hasn't it? The belief is evaporating very fast now. With that one.
15.
I forgot to mention the 23 doubles titles, 3 golds. Grand Slams, that was.
Love 30.
Little opening here, just a lapse of concentration from Serena. She was so focused, took so much out of her. 6 games in a row. But with her serve, she can get it back pretty quickly sometimes.
Very surprising. That's a gift from MLADENOVIC. Gets back on the scoreboard with a break.
Mrs. Williams leads 2 games to 1 second set and by 1 set alone.
Very unusual for Serena to give that little lifeline like that, especially against a dangerous opponent like MLADENOVIC. But you just wonder, is it just those 10 matches? So few matches in a year and a half. I mean, most players will not be able to play close to their level.
It's extraordinary.
It is. Just need those match reps to feel instinctive out there.
And we were saying at the French, it looked like she'd hardly played until she suddenly released the Serena in that Barty match.
Husband Alexis on the far right, in the white shirt, standing up. Jermaine Jenkins, the hitting partner.
Time.
So she's been given a bit of a lifeline here, MLADENOVIC. Back on serve, second set. One, two. Both struggling overhead.
15 over.
swept over. Well, it went over, but in.
30-15.
So the atmosphere's changed. It's dropped a little bit, hasn't it? The intensity has just sort of dropped off.
Yeah, I think the first set sort of just fizzled a little bit, didn't it, after the slip and the double fault at the end of it.
MLADENOVIC holds here, I think. The intensity from the crowd will be upped as well.
And it is very, very hot if you've been in the sun all the time.
Great racket work from Serena. The net cord and didn't have much on it, so it didn't come to her. She really had to get underneath this ball.
Very quick takeoff speed, wasn't it? And again, adjustment with that racket face, as you say, but really uses her legs so well, doesn't she? Particularly on the one before that. Really gets the knees down low.
Goes down 2-love and then gets the break back, and big missed opportunity there. A neutral ball backhand, can't afford to miss that.
Another break point.
MLADENOVIC's got to hang on in this game or get away from her again.
Just occasionally we're seeing signs of rust by Serena's standards. Emphasizing this is the comeback.
Fluidity of Serena's serve. When MLADENOVIC gets it right, when the toss is good, it can be so free-flowing, and she mixes up the serves beautifully. Serve it out wide nicely. So few women can hit it that hard out wide.
Well, she gets such an acute angle on it, doesn't she? It's not wide into the box in the corner. She really gets a good angle. It's quite an unusual starting. It's a little bit Raonic-like, actually, the way that she starts the service motion with that racket face very, very open. And it's not the smoothest swing at the back, is it? But as you say, she really gets up after it. She's tall. If she connects with it with the rhythm, it's very, very effective. There's that open racket face.
Terrific feel. So sure about that drop volley.
Advantage, Miss MLADENOVIC.
Beautiful control of that racket face. Split step.
Step forward with the left foot for balance.
It's a good picture of a net cam, wasn't it? This is such a big game.
Like a mental mini battle, as you always say, Chris. I think that's your line, isn't it?
It's a pretty long one. And a crucial
Bit of
one.
rutting going on at the moment.
The sun's just gone in for a
Advantage,
second.
Miss MLADENOVIC.
MLADENOVIC serving an impressive 87 instead of 67. 67% of her first serves in. Get a little closer to the monitor.
saves the break point.
New ball, please.
Bit of a mental win there for MLADENOVIC just to hang on.
2
Getting
games sold.
quite
7.
tenuous.
Yeah, the mum and the whole support camp standing up in the box, trying to give extra kind of encouragement.
Yeah, his brother, ever present. Football player. We're going to really know on the hill tomorrow, the real tennis fans, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's the way she said come on there, Serena. There's an element of pleading about it.
I think she knows that she wants to stay focused here. 2-love, she lost a little bit of concentration. That sense of urging is not lost on her opponent.
What did she say then? Why didn't you do that last time?
Yeah.
I think she said.
Self-coaching.
It was all just that easy. It apparently is.
3-2 Williams.
Mrs. Williams leads 3 games to 2, second set, and by 1 set to love.
Tracy, you know what it takes to win a Grand Slam. If Serena was to win this Wimbledon, would that be her greatest achievement?
Wow, she's got so many accomplishments in her career, but I would say coming back this soon after having a baby. I mean, Kim Clijsters did it on her 3rd tournament back after having Jada. And, you know, it's interesting, just watching Serena play today, I wasn't so sure if it was going to be Madison Keys in the 4th round because Madison has such a huge game. But now that Madison Keys is lost and it's Rodina instead, who is a qualifier.
And a mother.
And if Serena were to win this match and that match in the quarters, it would be an unseeded player. I mean, the draw is really starting to open up on the women's side. It's starting to look more like Serena's building her game, building her serve, looking like the movement's better, the ball striking's better on the ground strokes. I wouldn't be surprised.
I agree. I mean, why not? When you think that Roger Federer came back, was it from 6 months off as well, and that first event back after such a long time away from the game shocked everybody when he came out and won that Australian Open 2017. So I'm sure Serena thinks, well, why not? When you're that big a champion and you have high expectations, I think it's very possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, please find your seats quickly. Players are ready.
So after 68 minutes, MLADENOVIC is set down, 2-3 down in the 2nd set.
First time we've seen that drop shot. And it can be so effective. MLADENOVIC has soft hands, and it's well disguised because it looks like she might be hitting the backhand slice.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Take that.
Well, that wasn't coming back.
Exclamation point. Look where Serena is.
15-0.
So close. Just a quick shoulder turn. Well out in front. Extends towards her target.
14 winners, 13 unforced for Williams now.
Now that will get in Mladenovic's head before this second serve.
Yeah, it was too much pressure, wasn't it, off that return of serve?
15-30.
Didn't put Serena under enough pressure on that return, and that came back with interest. Rushed at the baseline there.
She's won $84.8 million, Serena. I think she owes a lot to her left hand, and she sort of puts it palm down just to calm herself down. So good. Still so calm.
40-30.
Wow, good serving game for Mladenovic. She was under fire. Her demeanor has been impressive. Maybe churning inside, but there's no evidence of that.
She could not win a singles match. Couldn't win one.
From August until February. That is really tough on the confidence. One thing that did help Mladenovic is she was still successful in doubles. She won the Australian Open with Tomeo Babos. It's a lot of wins there, so just some confidence able to creep in.
Propelled her to such a good effort in St. Petersburg, trying to defend the title. Made the final again. Started winning again in singles. It's been a rebuild ever since.
Pulled up off that forehand, didn't she?
That's the difference. That's why her forehand's a little more vulnerable. It's because she doesn't stay down through the shot, commit on every single forehand like she does on the backhand.
Oh, that's an amazing serve, that one. Again, just an incredible angle.
But that literally is out of our commentary box window, isn't it? And you can just see how unbelievably difficult that must be to get it back.
Well, took the pace off it, 99 miles per hour, but just so acute. That wrist at the top of the ball toss, so difficult to read it. Oh, another double fault.
Such amazing kick Talk about the first serve, but the second serve is also the best second serve in the game because it has that jump that gets out of an opponent's strike zone. On grass, that's even more difficult to do because the bounce is deadened. Interesting crowd reactions. It seems like they're more quiet than normal.
It's like they're waiting for Serena to do something.
Yeah. It's a strange atmosphere now. Oh, well, then she's just done it.
Advantage, Mrs. Williams.
Can you imagine the conversations that are going on? There's so many mothers here in the crowd. It's almost like that is as much of an interest to them as the match itself.
Mrs. Williams leads 4 games to 3, second set, and by 1 set to lose.
And of course, Serena had that HBO series. I think it was 5 or 6 shows that she showed everything from the pregnancy to delivery to coming home with the baby, barely getting out of the car and having difficulty walking. And she talked about the fact that she wanted to show everybody that she was no different. She was not special in that department, that it was going to be difficult for her to come back. And so when you see visions of that and the difficult delivery and the next couple of days, that's what kind of brings more of the backstory to what Serena is trying to do to come out here playing professional level at 36 years old. In September, she'll be 37. So Roger did come back, but he didn't deliver any of those 4 children that he had.
Ladies and gentlemen, please find your seats. Simon.
Well, I can't imagine how exhausted she must feel. I mean, anyone who's had children knows how tiring it is, around the nights and what have you. And then she said herself, didn't she, that she was pleased she wasn't playing doubles because it allowed her to spend more time with her baby in the mornings, because otherwise if she was playing singles and doubles, then she just wouldn't have had time to see her.
Like everything here, they've got an amazing creche. Everything's amazing. So MLADENOVIC serving second, serving behind. 3-4, second set.
Well, she's done this a few times in this match. She's happy to take the pace of that ball from Serena, not be pushed behind that baseline, just take it on the rise, use the pace from Serena into the open space.
Serena's battling on centre. Venus is in a huge battle on number 1 court.
In the third set, Kiki Bertens from the Netherlands is up 7-6, and it's deuce on Venus's serve. Venus trying to stay in that third set and in that match. Poor Oracene. Mother doesn't know which court to go to. Right now she's on center court with Serena.
Looks like she's checking the score.
She would be. Can you imagine having a daughter playing on center court and a daughter playing on court 1?
She'd probably prefer that to them both playing on the same court.
That could happen. They play in the semis if they continue to win.
On the line.
Game, Miss Mladenovic.
Second love hold of the match for Mladenovic.
4 games all, second set.
It's another very strong message to Serena.
It is. I think she's done a good job of sort of picking her spirits back up, because she went into a bit of a lull, didn't she, at the start of this second set, but she's got her spring back in her step. A little bit more energy about her.
And surprisingly, I think Serena gave her a little bit of hope in that third game with a few. Serena's serve broken in that third game of the second set. Power. Never stop being amazed by that. Athleticism.
It's that left hand again. Don't go crazy because you've missed your first serve badly. Focus on the second.
That was self-preservation from Mladenovic.
40-15.
Not sure how much of this return actually captured the strings, to be honest.
Don't think any of it. Given the whole racket, you might as well use it.
Great connection from Mladenovic. That's the side that she plays in doubles. Read that serve well.
40-13.
Mladenovic camp on their feet.
Deuce.
Come on, Christina. Fault.
Slip a little. Got down so low. It's break point, Mladenovic.
Advantage, Miss Mladenovic.
Really impressive rally this from Kristina Mladenovic, really standing up to it, extending the rally.
That was the longest rally of the match. 12 strokes.
She read it well.
Yeah, I think you said it though, Tracy, in that first set. There was a couple of times where she had missed opportunities on the second serves on Serena Williams and just didn't make the reply. And sometimes just the nerves and everything just get to you, even when those opportunities are presented. It sort of almost creates more pressure, doesn't it? Because you know there's so few of them.
Barrage of power just became too much for MLADENOVIC. Just kept building the point. Serena moving MLADENOVIC around and then seizes the opportunity.
Yeah, made her presence felt on that last drive volley.
Yeah, put a dent in the court.
Saved. How quickly pressures change. MLADENOVIC has got a hold serve to stay in the match.
Mrs. Williams leads 5 games to 4 second set and by 1 set to love.
And that is not going to be easy.
Now this is when your serve is really tested. MLADENOVIC had that 5-4 lead in the opening set, and that's when she had her serve broken. Serena really elevating her game, and this is when you really know how much a player has confidence in their serve. These big moments, can they step up and serve just as big, or maybe even elevate like Serena just did after facing that break point there? That's what the champions are able to do. Somehow stay calm, stay clear in their thinking. Not thinking too far ahead, not thinking behind, just the next point.
Seko enjoying the proceedings here. One of the great athletes. David Cameron in front.
Time.
Everyone interested in this match from the Royal Box. And way beyond. Can
Please find
Serena
your
Williams
seats. Thank
win
you.
Wimbledon? After everything she went through, having her first child. She nearly died. MLADENOVIC serving to stay in the match at a set and 4-5 down. Wow. What a pickup again.
Oh, that was incredible.
15 love.
And I thought that was a winner for the return of serve, and somehow MLADENOVIC managed to get a racket to it and use that squash kind of stroke on it, and it sent it back with venom. Made that very difficult for Serena Williams to get underneath that ball.
Serena was moving before MLADENOVIC even hit the ball. She was so ready to look for the backhand drop shot, and most of the time it goes down the line. Holding up to the pressure. body serve. Serena was ready for it. Got out of the way very quickly.
2 points from the fourth round. So calm, MLADENOVIC.
Advantage, Miss MLADENOVIC.
Well, she hasn't panicked at all, has she? Sometimes when those balls have come back at her pretty fast and furious, she just takes the racket back early, absorbs the pace, and as you say, very, very calm composure out here today.
Showing everybody, and mostly her opponent, why she was a top 10 player just in October last year.
That is costly. She looked at the ground, probably hit the brown patch right in front of the baseline, but you've got to make that at least back in play at this stage of the match.
Thank you.
Ambitious return of serve. Oh my goodness, went for that one. Missed by too much. And that shows a certain mindset.
Well held. Really well held.
She's been sturdy on her serve, had 40-15, got back to deuce in a second serve, 2 points away from defeat, and really nice response there from MLADENOVIC. Wow, ace number 10.
That's one more than her first 2 rounds combined.
40-11.
Everything getting on track.
Serve, the ground strokes, the movement, the balance.
There was only a slight sort of chink in the armour today. It's definitely that forehand side, isn't it? A couple of times just hasn't quite swung through freely. Not nearly as much as on the backhand side anyway.
Game, Mrs. Williams.
Poetry back in motion. Again, a game away from the win.
Mrs. Williams leads 6 games to 5 second set and by 1 set to 11.
People were starting to get excited at Roland Garros before she got injured with that tough battle with Ash Barty. People will be starting to get excited again.
Yeah, for me, this is a game changer. really playing so much better this third round than she did the first two. And also looking at the draw, the way that the draw is starting to open up. The bottom half of the draw is really falling out.
Yeah,
I wonder
really
if Serena sees that, whether she discusses that with Patrick, or is it just one match at a time?
It's certainly making it a lot easier, but then in a way it makes the opportunity so much more. Now, I know I'm labouring the point a little, but 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, how full is it going to be? Real tennis fans enjoying the tennis in the heat. Magnificent sight. Number 1 court, of course, is what they're looking at with the big screen. The final part of the redevelopment will be finished this time next year with the retractable roof. Same process as the magnificent centre court here. So another big test for MLADENOVIC. She's passed a lot in this match. Can she pass another to force a tie-break? Just failed in the first set. It's 5-6 in the second.
Terrific pickup from MLADENOVIC there. Just looked like a
15.
cricket, right? Look how she just flick of the wrist here.
Probably wish she had her sister's height there, Serena. Beautifully struck.
30 love. Left. Second. Oh. 30-15.
Two bad tosses, reaching for those serves and fell off balance.
Use her legs to go up into it, didn't really accelerate. Seat down into that second serve.
So the double fault to concede the opening set. Really needs to gather herself here, MLADENOVIC. And does.
Such a nice freedom on the forehand swing from MLADENOVIC. Good shoulder turn. Just enough topspin for control. Very natural stroke.
Dude.
Two double faults in the game. It's a second serve. gutsy second serve, almost on the line, and Serena comes up with that return.
Mladenovic barely has time to blink and the ball's at her feet.
So good. Still so calm.
That's wonderfully executed. And this is just top class.
Advantage, Miss
Able to
Mladenovic.
take a ball sinking and take all the pace out of it. Perfect placement.
Terrific serve to set up such an opening there. Try and take us into a tiebreak. Just slightly snatching at that forehand.
From that opportunity to force a breaker, the blink of an eye, it's match point.
So aggressive from Mladenovic.
Deuce.
She's been going to the forehand this time. Perfect execution to the backhand.
She deserves a tiebreak.
The crowd would like to see it.
Advantage, Miss Mladenovic.
Managed to control the racket base.
Reminds me of Ivanovic. She used to
Yes.
chase it as well.
Mladenovic gets a tiebreak. Match point saved.
16-12, second set.
Well done.
Well, she was brave, wasn't she? As you said, Tracy, very aggressive.
Both players will now receive one additional challenge.
And actually played with a lot of freedom in that last game. Just no thoughts of what the scoreline was or anything. She just carried on with her tactics.
The French 2 years ago, their only meeting, Serena Williams won 6-4, 7-6. It was 12-10 in the tiebreak.
Mrs. Williams.
No margin for error in the tiebreak. I'd say particularly for Mladenovic. Has to get her 2 points every time she serves.
Left first.
nasty
2-0.
shot to play, isn't
Mrs.
it?
Williams.
Bit challenging. Ball coming at you so hard and so low.
Mrs. Williams.
Hour and 3/4. 2 hours 35 minutes for the 2 rounds coming in. Straight sets. Almost sense how much the team want it for Serena. For the journeys ahead. Accelerating away.
4-0. Mrs. Williams.
It's like Serena has this ability to flip a switch. It just became laser-like focus, control the intensity. Seen a few more backhand slices like that, where she
For 1,
MLADENOVIC
Mrs. Williams.
knifes the backhand slice.
Mrs. MLADENOVIC challenge on the call on the left service line.
There's quite a lull here if it's out.
Asked the chair umpire if she was sure. She said if she wasn't sure.
Well, then it's a risk, isn't it? Because there's a big delay between that first and second serve.
All of a sudden, Serena's got a train to catch.
We're seeing the fist pump coming out more and more.
Mrs. Williams. Ms. MLADENOVIC has 3 challenges removed.
Look how that ball takes off from the grass and carries on travelling away from MLADENOVIC. Still fighting.
5-2. Mrs. Williams.
No negative body language from MLADENOVIC at all today. Really good to see.
It's a win-win, isn't it, from what we saw earlier in the year and back end of last. Could be a big stepping stone for her, this, irrespective.
116.
Mrs. Williams.
12th ace. Racked up this set 10. Match points. It's the perfect finish. The last loss for Serena here at Wimbledon was to Elise Cornet in the 3rd round, 2014. She lays that ghost. That might put the frighteners on many, this performance. She raised the level slowly but surely throughout from 3-5 down in the first set.